Uptown feelings back again. Da 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 da. Doing a little East Coast swing, busting. And I just need to not sing
Oh,
really high, and it sounds good. Welcome to the Daily Grind. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm your host, Luke Hatmaker, and it's Monday. And on Mondays, I got Uncle Buck, and I also got Parrish with me. How we doing, boys? How we doing?
What's
Everybody
up?
good?
What's up, man? Doing well.
Hell yeah.
Hanging in there.
That's right, man. It's Monday, right? Well, I mean, what you gonna do? Good morning to everybody
Right.
joining us too. I see Art, Wayno, King Meeks. Thank you guys for hopping. Rusty, there you are.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to jump right into it, fellas. We had a dub over the weekend. Grizzlies beat the 76ers 124 to 107. And thank God. I just it's just nice to be able to hop on Twitter and not just see everyone pooping their
Yes.
pants. For
Yeah.
first off,
Yeah.
it's just nice to be able to enjoy it. But this was Joel Embiid didn't play. This was not a full strength 76ers team, but the Grizzlies came
Right.
out and looked the part. What was your Parrish? I'm going to start with you. What did you first thing that jumped out to you from the game?
I mean, we're not full strength either. We missing 5 rotation players. So
Yeah,
if I try,
yeah,
if I try to hear that,
yeah.
76ers, right? But yeah, my first impression is really just the bench. I didn't know the bench outscored every single opponent, every game this season. They've outscored the opponents
I
until I
didn't know
think
that either.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Brevin or Pete said it on the broadcast on Saturday night. So I was like, oh wow, so that's crazy. Seeing starter Jalen Wells, you know, that future tree position looking really nice between
Yeah.
him, Gigi, and Vince. And I started thinking about Vince and Gigi for a second. I'm like, hey, I hope y'all
Dude,
find some playing
dude.
time. Y'all get back because Jalen Wells might.
I started getting aroused is the right word. I was getting
Yeah,
aroused at the
it's
idea
fair.
of Vince Williams and Jalen Wells sharing a basketball court together. I
Oh
got
boy,
really
that defense,
excited.
that
Woo!
defense.
Yeah, and Wells is, I don't know. We were talking about it on our show. Like, I didn't realize he was 6'8". It's kind of like he plays
He don't look
smaller,
like
like
it.
he defends
No.
Yeah,
smaller.
he don't look
And
it.
so, like, he's not a point guard and he's not a 2 guard. And so, like, yeah, a 6'8", that's a wing. And
Yep.
a wing that can defend, I mean, that's worth its weight in gold in the NBA. And so 3-and-D wings is what anybody wants, you know, and you start looking at down the lineup who gets a little bit anxious, like Luke Kennard, who I stumped for.
Yeah.
I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, Luke.
Yeah.
Conchar, your days are
Yeah.
you're numbered. You know, you got a 6'8" wing making second round pick money. Like that dude is here to stay.
Yeah. And he's
And not
21.
only
He was
that,
on the older side. I didn't know he was on the older side.
I
yeah, because you
I
3
love
years.
second round picks that are older.
Yeah.
I love
Yep.
it. I love seasoned players in the second round.
Yep.
And also Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's probably going nowhere. If he keep
Nope.
getting a double-digit assists and top 10 in assists in the NBA, like
And
That-
playing his defense, Scottie Pippen Jr.'s defense. I'm glad you brought that up because he's playing like the dude just got a contract and he's out there playing defense like he's on a contract year. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
shutting these guys down, like being the point of attack defense guy that I've been. That's going to be Vince when he comes back, and they've been saying we're lacking some of those guys. But Scottie Pippen Jr., man, between him, Wells, throw in Vince, Jay Huff, these guys can play defense and they can play offense, and they're on incredible deals.
Yeah, and it's weird looking like, you know, we've always saw the future as through the eyes of Ja and Jaren and Desmond, you know, but as they're getting into like year 6, year 7 for Jaren, you start thinking like, well, if Jalen Wells if we can pencil him in for typically if you play through your second contract with the team that drafted you. So you're looking 8 years in the future with Jalen Wells, like that could be like the next generation, like the next vet group that comes through here, you know, as to kind of take Ja out, you know, as he ages and Jaren ages and Desmond ages. I mean, it's a home run, but I kind of always find myself with a little bit of PTSD when I start talking about rookie wings that have shown out. Cause I mean, everybody was calling Zaire Williams like number 4. after his rookie year. Like we were
That's fair.
on
That's true.
Williams. So I'm always kind of just like, I
But
pump my brakes just a little.
it was a huge difference though, because Zaire was with his drafting at number 9 or number 10, he was expected to be grown to number
right.
4. We ain't
Fair.
expecting Jalen Wells to be number 4. So it is a difference though, because Zaire had way more pressure.
Yeah, and I think we all added pressure too, just because Franz went before him, and everybody knew that we wanted Franz. We traded up for Franz. It was just a tough get.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got a question too. So
Yeah.
we've been talking about, the wing, Marcus Smart since we started the 3, and Jaden Wells can get in the conversation. GG Vince. How about Santi Aldama? Because their rebounding is amazing when he's at the 3.
Man, he's one of our 4 double-doubles, and
Yeah.
I think that Santi has done enough to earn another contract here.
Absolutely.
Especially when you look at all that, because in my mind, the comments are going off about it. Cam Johnson seems to be a big name that's coming up, and
of course.
You could get
Cam
him Smart.
Johnson or
any of
Jeremy
those
Grant
guys. Oh, you like Jeremy Grant? Oh, I haven't heard this.
Yes.
Oh, I like Jeremy Grant too, but I haven't heard this yet. So you would go after Jeremy Grant from Portland?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would say, which contract is? Well, I guess both contracts are. I think Cam Johnson in 26. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy Grant was great when he was with Denver, and now he's scoring a lot. But he was a true 3-and-D with Denver in the bubble.
Yeah.
Like that's a role this match made perfect for him, and he can score 25 plus if you need him to.
When he went to Detroit, he went to chase star money. He wanted to be the superstar, be the all-star. And now I feel like in Portland, he's been kind of relegated to where he's actually best, and that is a 3-and-D wing. I've always as a diehard Grizzlies fan, I fall in love with my guys, and so it's like, who would I give up for Jeremy Grant? And I think I'd just rather have Santi Aldama on another contract. That
wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah, I would keep Santi because you can give away at this point. You've got Smart, you've got Luke Kennard, you've got Gideon, you've got Jake LaRavia, who you can just throw those dudes together, and that can get you contracts. I think that can get you to Giannis. Like that can get you the money that you need for anybody. I'm saying
you got to give a little more than Giannis.
Yeah. I mean,
and you're also going to have to give like 7 first-round
just
picks.
Contract, just money.
You might give up one of your stars for him.
No, I wouldn't do that. But you've got those guys. So I think if you get those guys out of the way, I just think Santi plays better with y'all. Santi plays really well with these guys. It's like we were just talking about Zaire, same draft class as Zaire, but he has an older second-round pick. We were just talking about it, or late first-round pick. He has followed 30. He's followed that trajectory. Yeah, followed that trajectory that Wells is following, that Gigi's following, that Vince is following. Like I would just rather keep all these second-round pick guys, plus Huff, plus Scottie Pippen Jr., and jettison the guys that have mentioned. And we haven't even talked about possibly Brandon Clark, who's on a pretty solid contract, who I really like, but with Jay Huff and with Zach Edey, it's a redundancy.
That's my, I guess, a hot take. If they basically going to choose between Santi and Brandon Clark.
Yes.
Because Santi's going to need a new contract next year. So you either let him go or you get rid of Brandon Clark's contract to keep him. I think they're going to have to make a choice on those two, in my opinion.
Yeah. But about that 76ers game, I watched it after the fact. I watched it actually Sunday afternoon, yesterday afternoon. It was a fun game, man. And the thing with Philly, if I'm a Philly fan, I'm just awful. I mean, I'm just laying face down in the ditch right now because you see what happens when you have guys making superstar money and they don't play. You just don't have the bench that can hold up. That was the thing when the Tyus Jones. The reason why they're going to build a statue of Tyus Jones one day is because Ja was making rookie contract money, and Jaren was maybe in his first year of his new deal, and you had the money to buy a bench. Philly doesn't, because you're paying Paul George and you're paying Joel Embiid, and when those guys don't play, that's what you're going to get. Like they can't survive it. It was actually more egregious to me. The Bucks, like they're healthy and still suck, but if you're a Philly fan, it's just like, dude, what are we doing? Like, if you're not going to play, you're not going to win, and they don't seem to be willing to play.
Yeah, it's because it sucks for the dudes on that team that are out there trying to play, like Tyrese Maxey, and I mean, Kelly
Yeah.
Oubre and stuff.
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry. And Kyle Lowry was out
Andre
there.
Drummond.
Yeah. Like these are dudes that
I guess old heads.
old heads that
Kyle
wanna-
Lowry needs to be on a panel somewhere doing a pregame show. Like, and Tyrese Maxey's amazing. Like,
Yes.
I mean, top 1%. He's like almost jaw levels when it just comes to joy to watch. Like, I love watching Tyrese Maxey play basketball.
That being said, though, you know who played pretty good defense on him? Jalen Wells, Scottie Pippen Jr. Like, you know, like these, you know, like I'm excited to kind of transition before we let you go, Parrish. I know you've got to get this for tonight. What do you expect to see tonight in the game this evening? You know,
Revenge game.
yeah, dude.
Beat him by 50.
Shouldn't lost to this team last week. And plus, I hope they saw the video. And, you know, I'm pretty sure they saw it. They see everything else on Twitter and stuff. I'm pretty sure they saw that Zaire video walking out the game, talking his noise. Nah. We got to go here then.
Yeah.
Yep.
We let him off the hook, and everybody knows it. And in that game, it kind of went sideways because everybody got hurt. And so,
yeah,
because everybody got hurt, we figured out the rotations. It was kind of not addition by subtraction. That's the wrong word because you'd much rather have Desmond Bane and Marcus Smart. But the subtraction of players that can play fix the rotations. And if that's not, you know, I've got this theory that coaches are not smart. Like you don't get to coach sports because you're a highly intelligent person. You coach sports because you were once really good at sports. And so like it's not always we treat these guys like they're geniuses and more times than not they're not. And you see that with like you need injuries to put good players on the court or you need injuries to see things that everybody on Twitter just like, come on, you know. And so you've seen it now. You need a 7-8 man rotation. And since we've gotten that, even though it's not including Desmond Bane and Marcus Smart, it's fixed the offense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's amazing what'll happen when you're forced to only play 9 guys in your rotation instead of 10 or 11. You win. It's weird.
And Jay Huff, I got to say his name. Like 20 points in 10 minutes, a highlight factory, just the best, man. Like I can't imagine a better. I've never seen a 7-foot heater. Like just the dude is just a heater off the bench. It's like
he's awesome.
7 foot, 7 foot.
Ice cold, man.
He's arguably the best shooter on the team, and that's with Luke Kennard and Desmond Bane.
It doesn't touch the rim ever. It's just beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Thank you, Parrish. We'll go and let you get out of here, brother. We'll see you again Thursday. Are you going to be at the game? Are we back home on Wednesday?
Wednesday. Yep, play the Lakers. Oh, yes, sir. Lakers. Let's go. Ready for them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you, brother. You have a good day, okay?
All right, y'all too, man.
See you, brother.
All right.
Jay White Diamond Huff. It's my favorite.
Jay White Diamond Huff.
I will say, man, we let Parrish get out of here. We didn't even talk about Zach Edey.
Listen, that was his best game by far.
Yes.
And that's the matchup that he needs too, because especially on defense, like Drummond's not going anywhere. And so, and if you can get 10 rebounds with Drummond right beside you, that's like 20 rebounds with a normal center beside you because Drummond is just a rebound hog. And so it was a really good game. He had a couple different finishes around the basket on offensive rebounds, but I mean, 10 rebounds, you would think it's the floor for Zach Edey.
Yes.
But to see him get there, it was a real proof of concept kind of thing. And you know that if he figures it out, it's only going to get better.
No question. I mean, and one would hope that tonight might be so wait, I see a bet for tonight. Daniel Greer says Grizzlies over 56.5 first half.
Team total, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, get you some money tonight. Who's he matching up against tonight, Edie? Is it Noah Clowney? I wonder if he's...
so and Ben Simmons got a good bit of minutes
last
at the
time.
5, you know, because what about Claxton? Did he get suspended? Is that why he was out the other night?
I think he's coming off the bench.
Okay. Did he play against us the other night? That was Halloween night, I think, or we were doing Halloween stuff that night.
Let me see. I can tell you real quick. I believe he did. I can find out for you real quick.
I just remember like watching it back, I was like, where is Nick Claxton? everybody's favorite free agent trade target. That kind of sucks.
No, he didn't play. You're right. He did not play against us.
I want to say he may be suspended because he had that egregious
foul. That foul.
I mean, just the most brain dead, malicious foul I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. So tonight we cannot.
He was out on a back-to-back.
Okay, so expect him. Simmons is out tonight, so that eliminates any sort of not eliminates, but we've noticed that there have been problems with Edey with these smaller fives. Like if he's not having to reach down over Ben Simmons, this might be a better game for him.
Right. And, that's always was going to give Edey the problems, especially defensively, because he just doesn't need to be pulled away from the basket.
Yes.
And offensively, the quicker guys are giving him trouble, like defending Edey, just because he's not fluid and precise with his movements yet. And, you've always seen that a lot of times a little guy like Marcus Smart is really good at defending big guys because it's just like they bite at their ankles.
Yes.
So I'm curious to see. It looks like we're going to swap in Claxton for Simmons, and so you're going to get another look. Claxton's not a shooter, but he's a rim runner. So it's how can he keep pace with him? It'd be especially in transition. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean it's worth noting, like going into tonight, the Grizzlies have 2 rookies in the top 5 in points. Edey is still top 5 in rebounds per game. Like it's looking pretty good, if we're able, what's really good about these early games is these young guys are able to get some run when the rest of the team is still healthy. What happened last year was guys were getting some run, but nobody was there to help them. So we were just losing. These guys are able to get run with Ja and with Jaren. And it's like, so far the recipe's been really, really, really good and really fun to watch.
It sounds like duh, but like guys like Ja Morant make everybody better. Like it's the reason why it's the only time Zaire Williams looked good is when Ja Morant was on the court. And it has nothing to do with Zaire Williams. It's just that Ja's going to find you.
Everything to do with Ja.
Yeah. And, who knows what Jalen Wells. I hope this year we have, Ja's missed 1 game this year. So hopefully we have 81 games with Ja this year, and we don't have to wonder like what Jalen Wells and these young guys look without him. But Zaire Williams never could like shoot or dribble or rebound. All he did was like finish,
catch a lob. So
I think Jalen Wells would be all right.
Yeah.
I'm encouraged.
I'm encouraged too, man. Looks like DG is saying that on a minutes restrictions and on a back-to-back, so he might not end up playing. I expect us
back-to-back again for them.
Yeah, I feel good about tonight. We do have to just make sure we defend the 3-ball better. We can't have Schroeder. Schroeder hit 6 threes against us last game. That can't happen.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see Schroeder put in the 3rd row, if I'm being honest with you, after that last game. And defending the 3-point line is something that has played the Grizzlies forever, and it kind of plagues the NBA because I was listening to Evan Hayes. He did the post-game bounce after the Sixers game, and in a 20-point win for the Grizzlies, in which we dominated from the 2nd quarter on, we still gave up 19 threes, and they shot 40%. Like, that's just kind of what it is. I don't know how you do it, but for me, if you've got Edey and Jaren in the game, I have no problem. Run everybody off the 3-point line and just let Edey and Jaren stand back there and play free safety. I don't know why it's so hard, but I know me in my living room here in Ripley, Mississippi can say that, but the offense also has a game plan. So you got to figure it out somehow.
I think we both are predicting a win tonight. Knock on wood, fingers crossed. Hopefully
the Grizzlies will not lose in November.
Boom. Okay.
1-0.
Damn it. Why would you do that? Before we take a break, you mentioned Mississippi. You want to?
Yeah. I was terrified. Ole Miss
Yeah.
played in Fayetteville where just bananas things happened. And Rusty, my co-host for the $2 Sports Show, always preseason wants to say that Ole Miss is going to lose in Fayetteville. And he's been right every time since 2008. Ole Miss has not won in Fayetteville, Arkansas since 2008. Ole Miss has won a road game in Arkansas since 2008. We played a couple times in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium, but they've never won in Fayetteville since 2008. And so, yeah, I was terrified. They've got good coordinators in Arkansas. Yeah. They've always been able to scheme up against whoever they play. But it just looked like they shot their shot last week against Mississippi State to get an SEC win, to get them to bowl eligibility. And they just didn't have – I mean, Ole Miss just beat the ever-living snot out of them. Yeah. I mean, it was just brutal. And I do want to give a shout-out to Buckets' team, too. Mississippi State stopped a 7-game losing streak and beat the Minutemen of University of Massachusetts. And the Hoosiers continue to dominate.
I got Daniel
Greer. They beat
the
snot out of Michigan State. They're going to go, I saw a stat, they're going to go 11-1 or 12-0 and not beat a single team that's gotten an AP top 25 vote.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, but as I've always said, if you're a good team, you beat bad teams badly, and you win the games you should win. and Indiana hasn't played a team yet that they shouldn't beat. And props to them, because every week in college football this year, you've seen teams lose to teams they shouldn't lose to. Iowa State got knocked off by Texas Tech this week. Texas A&M got boat raced by South Carolina this week.
Yep.
Teams are losing every single week that shouldn't. And for Indiana to just keep holding serve.
They got Ohio State in 2 weeks, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. So they could go 11-1, and all 11 wins be against teams that have never gotten a top 25 vote in the AP poll.
It's awesome.
Ohio State, if they beat Ohio State, I mean,
game over, man.
They should probably be the odds-on favorite to win the national championship.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah, that'd be nuts. And then we're
all I do is win. Google me, Kurt Signetti, the best.
He is awesome. We're not going to talk too much on the Memphis Tigers game because
who won?
You don't know.
So I didn't do my homework.
Tigers lost.
To who?
Literally, it's like Northern Texas.
Oh, okay.
U.S.
I'm sorry, Tigers fans.
They lost. It was
UTSA,
bad.
right?
Yeah,
UTSA?
you did. Yep.
Yeah.
They lost. Navy lost too. They really needed to win that one, and they just.
I mean, they're just an average AAC team, and that's just it is what it is this year. You know, you had your shot. You know, when you beat Florida State and everybody was high. Turned out Florida State's terrible, and then you got beat by Navy, which it looked like a good loss at the time, but you just play too many close games. And to draw the parallels to Indiana, when Indiana plays teams that are worse than them, they beat the brakes off of them. When Memphis plays teams that they're better than, they have to have a drive in the fourth quarter. And when you're playing one possession football games, you're going to get bitten by teams that shouldn't be biting.
Yeah. Bitten. Grizzlies not going to be biting. The Grizzlies are going to be doing the biting this week, though, I think. I saw someone say we got like 4 winnable games. I think it was Art. Art said we got 4 winnable games. I think we're going to go 4-0 this week. 4-1. Yeah.
And again, I said this on the $2 Sports Show. The $2 Sports Show we recorded Thursday at lunch, and it was a hot show where we were complaining. And then before it came out, the Grizzlies go beat the brakes off the Bucks, and everybody's happy. So we looked like curmudgeons a little bit.
I loved it.
But I said it on that show, like the Grizzlies right now are 4-3, and there's no reason for me to think that we shouldn't be 7-0.
Bingo.
You know, we've lost to 3 teams that 2 of them didn't make the playoffs last year, and one of them I think got put out in the play-in.
Yep, first play-in game.
You know.
Yep, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Let's just say that, or a big grain of salt. I don't know what the saying is. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about Mondays and lasagna because that's what we do around here. But we will be right back after this break.
I think Zach Edey played well. He got his fouls in. He got him in for sure. But we saw some flashes of really what he can do. Whether that's setting screens or just whether blocking shots or just making guys change their mind about shots or just affecting the quality of shots that guys were getting in the game. We saw that a lot. They gotta use him though, man. They gotta be able to find him a little bit.
I was about to say they especially the whole first quarter. It was like, because
Yeah.
I think that lob that y'all had him, that was his first points of the game. So it was like the whole first quarter, I did peep that. It was like, I see everybody else attempting 5+ shots.
Right.
Y'all got to find a way to give Zach Edey something, like at some point. Everything was running well last night, right? The offense was flowing well. It's going to come a stretch of time where they're going to be stagnant. And at that time, that's when I expect them, okay, hey, let's run the post play to Zach Edey.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
This is a question I don't know if you've ever been asked. Was there anyone you ever wanted to dunk on? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you haven't getting a big kick out of that one. I'm glad you've been waiting all day for that. Just waiting all day to get that little jokey joke in. Oh, you got a joke. Yeah. But yeah, I always wanted to dunk in the game. That's what I wanted to do. And it didn't have to be on anybody. I wanted it to be off of a missed shot, like on an offensive rebound, so that everyone's around or in the vicinity when it happened.
Did you ever dunk in practice and get overly excited?
Yes. and everybody be like, well, are you going to do it in a game? And I'm like, no.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back. I was bopping along the music. I was excited. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. You can catch that show. That was Night Court. That's every Thursday. I always forget. No, it's Wednesdays. You can catch Night Court. You can catch Anthony Sane Show. You can catch No Bluffing. We got Grizz 901. They'll be back tonight. You mentioned the $2 Sports Show. We got a lot going on over at bluffcitymedia.co. Make sure you check it out. There's stuff going on basically every day covering everything. You're not going to want to miss it. Back to our show, though. On Mondays around here, we like to celebrate Garfield the cat because he's awesome. We talk, I mean, everybody knows that. We talk about what we love and what we hated, like Garfield, who loves lasagna and hates Mondays. It's important to take the good and take the bad, so we do that on the show. I can go first. My Monday. Well, which one do I want to give you first? I'll give you Monday first. No, I'll give you lasagna first. My lasagna is I've got family that I haven't seen. It's my partner's sister, her and her fiance. They lived with us for a long time. We're really, really close. They have been working Devil's Tower, Wyoming. It's the big thing where they did scary. It is scary. They worked that all summer and they've been gone. They're coming back today. So we spent all weekend just like preparing to see them. I'm really excited. Yeah. My Monday is what is daylight savings time?
No, you stole mine.
What is it, dude? What is it?
Oh, listen, it's the worst. And so this is my Monday as well.
Let's do it.
Yes, listen. So the baby woke up at 4:30 yesterday morning when he typically wakes up at 5:30.
Yep.
And I know he can't tell time. He doesn't know, but I do. And I look at the clock and I'm like, dang it, it's 4:30. And then like the kids wanted to go to bed at 6:30 last night. And I was like poking them with a fork. Like, no, you got to stay up. And then they woke up at 4:30 again this morning. I got hungry for dinner last night at like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Me too.
I was ready for bed. Like I turned on the football game that started at 7:20 and I was like, it's bedtime. Like, what are we doing?
Yep, dude. Well, and I thought
I
thought we were getting rid of it, kind of. I know some people are like, we're just getting rid of it this year. And I'm like, can you do that? I mean, I don't know why we do it to start with. I think it was like farmers like back in, and like, I don't know if you've like driven, like, so if you've driven around like all these big cropping states, just, keep it there, keep it in Nebraska and Iowa and Illinois. Like, I don't want it. I don't want any part. I hate getting off work and it's dark outside, dude. Yeah. Yep. It's deeply confusing because I like if you're coming home from work and it's dark, my mind is just like, well, time for dinner, time for bed, and it's not time for dinner and not time for bed.
And like we have small children, like I mean, it just wreaks havoc in this house.
We sound
like,
so old, I don't even care.
Yeah, listen. At this point, I've accepted it. I'm not getting any younger, so I'm just gonna like just lean into it. Like I'm gonna be that guy, I guess. But I hate it.
My favorite part about it is if you look, that the Lakers game is so late on Wednesday, and like nobody.
Well, see, it's a home game. It's a 7 p.m. tip.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 9 o'clock game. I was like, I ain't watching that.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll tell you this. If you get on the FanDuel Sports app, the TV app, if you stream the Grizzlies games, if you're watching back those games, it's great.
Yeah,
because like they cut out all the commercials, they cut out halftime. It's a real nice way to watch a basketball game if you just don't want to watch it live. So dude, for me, I like the community of watching sports, and so like the group message is why I watch it live. Get on Twitter and like whatever. All right, my lasagna. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is not popular at all, but the Bucks put up a Christmas tree last night. I am so jolly at Christmas time. I love Christmas. We haven't talked about this on this show.
No.
But like I am absolutely pro Christmas.
Yeah.
And like my second favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. So
I like Thanksgiving too.
I do like hate to like encroach on Thanksgiving territory. But 28 days is not enough days for me to get my Christmas spirit out of my system.
Completely agree.
And because so we've done the Christmas tree. We put up one. We're gonna put up another one today. I've got an Ole Miss tree that we do every year, and we're gonna do that one today. I won't do the exterior decorations till after Thanksgiving, so I'm not going to impose it on everybody yet. But I am for me in my house. We will celebrate Christmas in November, and I ate my first box of Christmas tree cakes.
You had your first one?
Oh, I had my first box. What are you telling me? I don't even know why they individually wrap those things. I opened the box and I eat all of them.
Oh, man, I didn't know this about you. This is great. I've got so much material for the next 2 months.
Listen, I love Christmas. The season of Christmas is my favorite time of year. Like, it honestly spiked again, too, because, like, you have small children that, like, believe in Santa, and it's, like, it's fun.
It's the greatest thing in the world.
And I love the music. I love the movies. I mean, I only watch Christmas Vacation once a year because I want to preserve its magic for as long as possible.
Best Christmas movie ever. It's really good.
It's not. It should just be Christmas Vacation 1. They skip 2, and then it's Die Hard. I
agree.
4 Christmases, or one of those other.
I like Jingle All the Way. We can do a whole pod. Yeah. You remember Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
And
Sinbad.
And Sinbad. Whatever happened to Sinbad?
We'll have a Sinbad show because let me tell you what happened to Sinbad. We're going to save that for another day. That is going to do it for our show today, y'all. Thank you for tuning into the show. Thank you, Parrish. I love having him on. It's really nice getting a little bit. Just someone who's in there with the guys, getting a little bit more insight. It's cool.
Yeah.
We will be back tomorrow. Everybody have a good day at work today. Stay happy, stay chipper. Remember these 2 things. Remember 2 things. Remember to be a little weird, guys, just a little bit. It's important. And remember, here it comes. Here we go. God. Remember to smile. Bye, guys. Have a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.